I want to make sure you're ready and unload. I don't want to catch up.
407-374-9891.
So here's the scenario first. You have a child, and the child says to you that they want to attend something. It's summer vacation. They have
No.
there's something.
Stop it!
Yo, it does good.
Stop it,
Stop it. So your child says there's something that they really enjoy doing. You know that they really enjoy this forever. And you just want to know, say, you would like to support your child in anything they do, any endeavors they try. As a parent, you want to make sure your child. So your child comes to you and say, yo, I like this, we find out so I can do this. What we'll find out is that after they explain to you, say, okay, where is it at and how long is it? Right? So they might need you to drop them there. This is during summer break. You're working on 8 to 5 job. Okay, so we're going to put the scenario there. You are a little bit flexible at your work hours, but so after that part now, child says it's 45 minutes from the house, driving and returning. So 45 minutes to get there, 45 minutes to come back. Okay, and that's just if you take the turnpike or whatever, those toll roads, but let's put it like it's maybe about 50 minutes, including traffic. So what would you say to the child at this point, right now?
Well, I already do that. If I believe in my kid, which I do,
okay,
I will do anything to push them and make them feel motivated. So that's not a problem.
Okay, so you have no problem with that?
Yeah, I go all the way out to Lake Nona right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and is this for every day?
Basketball, no. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay, so this, and I didn't finish saying all the details. So this is every day. And the time frame is from 3 to 5:30.
I'd still do it. I'd have somebody sit with them from the time it starts to the time it ends, and whatever days I'm available, I'll come through.
So the question is, can you do it though?
I can.
You can.
I got a life.
I don't understand. Can you do it?
No.
You can't do it.
I can't.
So the other part of it that he didn't get to
we're
yet.
not get to that yet.
Okay,
because
all right. Go on, man.
First, do you believe that it's the parent first who has to make the decision for the child?
No. I believe that there's
Child
two
can make their own
parents.
decision.
No, there's two parents for a reason. You said parent, not parents.
No, I said the child asks you.
But there's two of us. It takes two to make a child.
Hold on. I'm only asking you right now.
Okay.
We didn't get past you yet. That's the next part of the question.
Okay.
So the question is, first they ask you, here's the scenario, boom. It's from 3 to 5:30, and it's 45 minutes away. You working with, I was going to say your time is flexible, so let's say you was able to shift your time around to get there and everything.
I'd make it happen.
You'd make it happen for the
Yeah.
child. Then that's the question. So then there's no need for anybody else then.
Nah.
Okay, so you would make it happen.
I make it happen.
And sacrifice for the child. So now, then the next question is, would you stay the whole time? Because it's only
I
2.5
can't
hours.
stay, but I make it happen.
But if you don't stay, you're driving back 45 minutes to wherever you gotta go, and then coming back another 45 minutes
what
to
are you
get
doing?
them.
But I'm not dropping them off either. Like, I will arrange for someone that I know who's interested in whatever they're doing.
Okay,
to
what if
take over.
you have no so I think you're
Then it can't happen.
You're skipping the initial question. Can you do it?
No.
You're saying you're gonna make it happen, and you're saying you just can't do it.
No, personally, I
if
can't.
it's all on you, the child doesn't go.
Nah.
Okay, so let's go to the significant other then.
Okay.
So you say, all right, you have a husband.
Wait, pause. Hold on. 'Cause the way you
I'm not
said-
saying you personally have a significant other. We're asking you this in general.
Okay.
If you had a significant other. So if you had a significant other, you ask, as in, it's, if boyfriend, it doesn't have to be baby father, can be boyfriend, can be anybody else. Significant other, you ask them, would you feel comfortable asking that person?
I'd have to. Like, there's no if and or buts about
Even
that.
if they're not necessarily the biological parent.
They don't have to be, because at that point you're already, you knew I had kids. Like, I say that off rip.
Okay.
And I mean, you know what I'm up to. You know my kids are my priority. So if you really love me and you want to deal with me, if I got something going on and you're free, why not get to know my kids and see what they're into? Like, that'd be a red flag if not.
Yes,
Ting,
you couldn't do it every day, but you're gonna say significant other, you can do it every day.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna ask, and if they can, then yes, and if no, then I'm dumping them. Because they don't make my kids a priority to them.
But you just said you couldn't do it.
Yeah, but no, I didn't say I couldn't. Every day I can't. I can sometimes. So the days that I can't, if you can't fill in, which I know you're scheduled by now.
So what? Okay, so because you know his schedule, you're gonna
Yeah.
you're ask him knowing his schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't introduce my kids to anybody unless I know you. You know what I'm saying? So by then, I'm gonna know you, and if you can't do it, then clearly my kids aren't a priority as much as I am. You make time for me, but not them. So you gotta go.
Okay. All right. What's your answer to that?
Well, first I was gonna say, I win, you lose, but moving past that.
Yeah. So you're the girlfriend now. Should he step to you and ask you?
I mean, yeah, I don't think he should feel like he can't ask me.
Okay.
But at the same time, if it's within reasoning, then yes. If I can't do it, I can't do it. But if I can do it, then yeah, I can do it. Because like she said, when you are in a relationship with someone and you got to the point where you meet the kids, you're not only in a relationship with that person, you're in a relationship with everybody that's attached to them. People be like, oh, you didn't marry the whole family. Well, yeah, you did. You did. Because like my family were very interactive. Some of them operate in a lot of chaos, but we're still very present in each other's lives. So if you date me and you've gotten to the point where you meet them, then you're gonna see them often and vice versa. So if we can't be a unit, not to say they gotta, be at the house 24/7, but if we can't be a unit, a functional unit, then we don't really serve a purpose in each other's lives. So yes, I should be able to come to you and say, hey, this is what's going on. I can't do this. Can you? But if you can't do it, I ain't dumping you. But I mean, if you can't do it out of laziness, that's different. You know what I mean? But if it's within reason and you could do it, then I don't feel like it's a problem to ask.
Okay.
What about you, Nazi? Do you feel like it's a problem to ask?
Well, as long as they understand your situation. So let's say you worked at that time, then there's no reason to ask me. I already know I can't do it.
Right.
Right? So if you're saying I'm just not home doing nothing, then yeah, you can't ask me.
Yeah.
Within, as I said, as long as it's within reason. Because I don't think I would ask anyone to do something I physically don't want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. Like, me lazy, I'm there home. I can't ask somebody.
But why wouldn't you want to do something for your kid?
I'm only speaking that if I don't want to. Regardless if I don't want to, there's people that don't want to do things.
Okay.
Right? There's mothers that don't want to be mothers.
That's
There's fathers that don't
selfish,
want to be fathers. There's different things like that.
By the time you have a kid, it's no longer about you. Whatever they got going on, it's about you supporting your kid because that's your offspring. That's your seed. What you reap, you sow. That's what I believe in. And the moment you start taking away from those kids, you're taking away from your own future. Honestly.
Yeah. You're supposed to can do it as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Much as you can, right? So, yeah, see that went fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So forward to your question now, because I see I have a book over there, so a book.
I have a book, but don't do me like this. I write everything down. So I had just a few random questions, like for instance, in what circumstance if any, is it okay to tell a lie? Talk truth.
To the police, definitely.
Why would you lie?
Because they
people lie to the police all the time.
You up.
When I get stopped, I start crying instantly.
I'm saying, if you get them say,
It
hey,
works, so.
Them say, where you going? And you're going home. Oh no, I got the groceries. Why am I lying for that?
I don't trust the police.
So you're gonna just lie. Okay, so the policeman pull you over. And I pull you over. See you walking the street. Said, hey, how you doing?
That's a random question.
Okay.
But I think people naturally lie to the police, though. Like it's just an instinct. Even if you're being 110%.
I'm not trying. Oh,
straight,
and a job interview. Them two, a job interview and the police. That's it.
Well, me not gonna say me lie. Me not need to lie. But if you're gonna go on a job interview, yeah, I would agree. You're gonna boost yourself up.
Yeah, lie.
Because nowadays they're gonna find out something, so you might as well try and make it.
Lie.
I have 25 years of child care service.
Lie.
I would say that. That would help. It don't hurt
No.
unless them find out, and then
So let's say you wanted to surprise your significant other or whatever, and you tell a domino effect of lies just so you can get to the surprise part because, it's hard to surprise people or whatever. But in turn, they're angry because you've lied to them in the relationship now. Who's right or wrong?
You're wrong.
But how? Because your initial goal was to surprise them.
Nah, I believe in telling the truth. If somebody asks you something, don't ask, don't tell.
But you can't surprise somebody by telling them what's going to happen.
Don't ask, don't tell. That's just my principle. That's just how I am. Don't ask, don't
Repeat
tell.
the question so I can hear it again.
So let's say you was trying to surprise somebody, right? So in order to get to the surprise, to get them to the surprise, you got to tell a domino effect of lies. You got to tell this lie, that lie, that lie, this lie to get them to where you want to get the surprise. But in turn, they get mad at you for lying to them within the relationship. So who's wrong?
Lied.
It wasn't really a lie.
Liar.
It wasn't really. I don't think if you're surprising somebody, them have to understand that I did it to keep something from you that's gonna hopefully make you happy later on down the line.
Liar.
So it's not really a lie.
Liar,
Just like you.
liar.
Okay,
But don't.
So if you're keeping a surprise party for your mother, no, or let's say even what child we're having.
That's not a lie.
That's what I said. That's
But it
surprise
depends, 'cause
party.
a lot of people, if it's not the truth, it's a lie.
Nah, there's levels to this, okay? In my opinion, like if you're trying to surprise somebody, then that's not really a lie. That's more of like
But what is not
anticipation.
really a lie, though?
What you mean?
Because wouldn't a lie be a lie?
Those things are okay. A lie would be that I'm deliberately going to
Deception.
hurt you,
Deception.
right? But if I'm just lying, you're gonna find out the truth.
But
anyway.
nobody that
Yes.
tells a lie
That's a
feels like
surprise.
they're doing it deliberately to hurt somebody. Like let's say you gamble off the rent money, but you know that somebody owe you money, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you on the 25th." So you assume that you're gonna have it again by the 1st, but it doesn't come. So when the person asks you, "Hey, what happened to the rent money on the 22nd?" You're like, "Oh man, I got it." When you don't have it because you knew you gambled it off, but you're anticipating that you're gonna get it back, but it doesn't come through. So you know what I'm saying?
That was dumb.
It depends, but that's true. But it depends how you
don't
look
depend
at
on
a
anybody.
situation.
Their instinct wasn't to lie; it was to pray for the future.
Right.
They wasn't looking to lie.
Right, but even still, they still lied.
You don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's different because you're talking about money. Like money is investment. In every situation, in my opinion, money is investment. Whenever you put money up for something. So the moment you mess with that, then that's just stupid. That's business. Business and money is like in the same.
But it could be anything. Let's say you have a job.
Give me something else.
Let's say you have a job and it doesn't require you to do much, but they track to make sure that you're online, right?
Yeah.
So now you figure out like some type of algorithm to where you can evade really having to work. And all you gotta do is click enter or space every 15, 20 minutes. You're still getting paid for the whole week, but you didn't really do nothing. That's lying.
Tia, you killing me. I don't believe in jobs or
Is that
police. You didn't hear me? I lied to both of them.
Interview.
I lied to both of them.
Right, but you said interview, not
Both
doing
of
it.
Yeah, but now you have
You're doing the job.
If
No, you
I'm
have the
running
job.
late-
No, you have the job.
If I'm running late, my car broke down.
Right,
you understand
understand.
me? Let me
So in
It's
other
a
words,
jo-
it's always okay to tell a little white lie.
to a job and to the police,
What do you think?
not the court.
Okay,
though.
I'm not gonna even listen to that idea. Right. So you only need for lie if it's gonna benefit you
No.
overall. Well, not overall, in my opinion, right? If it's gonna benefit me overall. So I'm caught with something I shouldn't have. I'm gonna deceive the person by lying, so it looks like I didn't have it. Oh, me find it on the ground or something. Right? Me not gonna make it and say I'm me, especially knowing the consequence of having certain things. Right? I'm gonna lie about that. Make them find out the truth, but me not gonna tell upon myself if them say that. You understand? Now, as for the deception of the surprise or something, because let's say, for instance, you having a child with somebody and you want to be surprised with that. Them call it now, something with the balloon bust or them.
Yeah, girl or boy, like gender reveal.
Gender reveal.
Gender review. So let's say me know, you know, I know, right? So me say, all right, me know, and me set up everything. And every day I say, what we having? That girl, boy, you know, so we're going to have this. So anything you ask me, I'm going to tell you is, yeah, I that. Girl, yeah, man, Boy, yeah, me already know.
Okay, so what if
I'm lying on one of them, right?
true?
Technically, I'm lying.
Technically,
I'm
lying.
Technically, but that's not the same in my
So
opinion.
let's say a woman is out there living her best life, and then she gets pregnant, right? It could possibly be maybe 6 different people.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's a whole lie.
So
What is that?
no, but let's say she doesn't lie to anybody. She doesn't
Okay.
tell anybody, but they all know potentially they could be baby daddy. But she doesn't say nothing until the baby comes out, and it's like, oh, well, he got his nose and mouth and whatever, and it's like, okay, boom, you're the dad. If she didn't previously tell anybody until she saw the baby, is
That's a lie.
that is it still a lie?
Lie. That's a lie.
What do you think, Tiff? Thing.
So she already knows that it can potentially be 6 different fathers. And she just put it on one guy because of the facial look of one of the baby. I'm not gonna say a lie, but she's hoping. She's definitely hoping. So I'm not gonna say it's a lie, because it could be true.
She's hoeing.
You understand? It could be true.
Hoping.
So I'm not gonna say it's a lie, because as long as she's not 100% say, I must blood clot you. Are you that?
But isn't that what they did on Maury and
Maury.
what's the other show? Yeah, they
Steve
was,
Willikos.
right. They was sure until
Ellen
they took
DeGeneres. You want me on that show?
Was it Ricky Lake?
Ricky Lake.
Yes.
Are you pitting on brother? You know, she say,
Wendy
yes,
Williams,
look
you.
like you. I say, oh, you know that for real. No 6 away there. Me no business. Me no find you going on.
But you put the 6 of them in the thing at the same time.
You know, she does say, have more confidence. All right. Nothing wrong with that, because somebody have to favor the pitness somehow. But it don't have to be true.
Right.
So hold on, before you even pass. The other day when I watched something, I remember giving her the slayer. So the guy was dating a woman, and they had children together. Then break up, the woman find a next man, and him didn't know that. Him find a next woman too. So 2 of them separate, having sex with other people. The woman said, all right, you know, say, I still love you, I want, because the family and everything, we have kids together. Let's make it work now. She decides to make it work. At the time, you know, she's basically in between the 2 different men now, and she pregnant now. So she don't really know who for pitting now.
Yeah.
But the other previous kids are his?
Yeah, man, all the pitting.
But she don't know. There's a difference.
The first set of
No, the
kids
first
are
set
his.
is his, but this one she don't
This
know.
one, she's not 200% sure. So she tell him, I am not sure. Should she have told him or just lie?
What kind of question? No.
Well, first of all, a man is gonna react not a man, but
Because
most men will react the same way, whether it's, you know, whether he knew that you guys were seeing other people separately during that time or not, he will still react as if it is a betrayal, no matter how you bring that information to him, because you guys are already a family unit, regardless of whether you split and got back together or whatever. So his mind is like back to family unit. You know what I'm saying? That in between doesn't really count anymore in some men's minds. So that's what puts me in the middle. And I know you hate that I'm like, I be in the middle a lot, but that's what puts me in the middle, because on one hand, I can understand why it would hurt him and why she probably shouldn't have told him. But then at the same time, like, really and truly, dude, you knew that we had separated for a little bit and was doing our thing or whatever, and now we're back together, and it could be. So yes, you can tell him, because you don't want to get his hopes up. So it's, I don't know. It's a battle between, you got to be
Which one? Pick one of them. Just pick one. Should she tell him or not?
Tanya Stevens said, take it to the grave.
All right, what you say?
I'm with her. I'm sorry. I wouldn't even put myself in a position like that, but if I had to, I'd find out on my own first and then let you know. Like, I'm not that stupid, bro.
So, how would you know none? Okay, so there's going to be DNA
Because
test,
I know
right?
I'm very OCD. Like, I know who I let in me times.
We're not, Lotus, we're not saying you.
Randomly?
This is just a person in the sky.
I don't know.
So what we're saying is that, would you suggest she tell him or not?
I'd suggest she not tell him.
Not tell him.
Nah. That raises
If she
insecurity
tell him,
and drama.
I mean, by right, you should definitely tell. Because as a woman, if it were to happen, you want to know. Because you know, when a man cheat on you, a lot of women be like, "How long do you love her?" Like they have to have those things for closure. So I feel like once you tell him, that's the end of the marriage.
Exactly. So don't tell me nothing unless we know.
Talk up
know.
here. Lotus, we need you to stay at this and talk.
Unless we know, like for real, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's a disturbance. That's a disturbance of my peace. That's drama. That's messy. Tell me unless you know. I don't want to know.
You ever feel like she can't tell him because it's still early in a them get together, right? Right? So the get together was early. Even if she never feel 100 about him and a mistake make, let's just see if it work. If it don't work out, you just go about your business. I mean, you was already seeing the guy. You know, go back with him.
Yeah, but I think that once
you didn't really lose. All right, lesson out. All right, brother, I'm going to move on and deal with this guy now. This was my ex. The baby forward out now. Baby don't look not like him. He was a white man. He's a white pitney dropout. And him black. Him gone about in business 100% now because first you never upfront with him.
Yeah.
And now you were going to have a talk back to the white man. Him could have said, well, shit, you never want me them time. So the courts them deal with it. So you lose two somebody instead of just being upfront. At the time, remember say you have two somebody can work with, you know. You decide to hold it to yourself and pray for the best.
So Majestic Lady Feast says, talk up, be up front, do a DNA test. Too much cover-up thing is not good because they both already caused a disruption in the marriage, so you might as well be straight and honest.
Up front, yeah. May I agree with that. Yeah, may I agree with that. What you say, Lourdes? Go ahead.
No, y'all keep going.
Okay, go ahead.
I can agree with that. I do think that her having that child though is a physical manifestation of what they both did during their time apart. You know what I'm saying? So it might be hard to really continue to reconcile during that process and after that process.
The man got out in business if you keep it to him. If you keep
Yes, he is.
He might leave still, but maybe if you think it out and say, all right, let's say all the child work first. Who for child it is. And if it's not mine, I'm gone. If it is, it give you some time maybe. Think it over.
So what happened in the movie?
In something?
They stay together?
No, the child ended up being his.
Oh, what's it? So they stay together?
Well, it done. So it done with the idea said it was his child, so they were happy.
Okay. Well, I guess if it works out, I know a lot of people be trying to bring them pick me up from Jamaica, and that's when they find out that jacket didn't get. So it come in like, a lot of women believe with the first option, which is don't tell.
Don't tell. Yeah, don't tell seem to run the place, you know.
Right. It doesn't make it right. Yeah. It's just the most common choice.
I tell me I make the decision from early.
From Shirley. Early.
Go on with the next one.
So, what are some of the most common pickup lines or some of the best pickup lines that you've heard?
You're the best one. You look good here. I best one that. You look nice.
I like, what's your number? Just be straightforward.
No, so I don't think what's your number will get my number.
People come up.
We need to hear a good one.
It's corny.
Give us a good one. Give us one. All right, even a corny one that you don't. You're running through my mind all the time.
It's lame. They're lame.
Wow, I'm browning.
Like
that's what I hear all the time.
So you just want a man say to you, Wagwan, give me a number.
Yeah, be straightforward. Tell me what you want. I don't like all that extra stuff.
What's your best pickup line, Ting?
But I have none.
You got a pickup line. You gotta have a pickup line.
Kind of secretive, kind of. You know, so we can't
yeah.
do
things.
So how you? But how do you? Yeah, but how do? But you still picking up women. So how do you do it?
Yeah, what? Oh,
him in them darkers.
And say, yo, I go on. You know, we did and something now. I look over here, look for me, two away the meat and so. Yeah, I go over and say, what go on? I eat that. What's supposed to say?
I'm not gonna lie. I like the corniness. Like when they're cheesy and they're nervous and they do the extra stuff. Like, really, you really up to all of this? But I prefer a man just being straightforward and not wasting my time.
What to you? What have
Well, you
done?
know I'm very animated, so I like all the corny stuff. Like,
Yeah.
shoot your best shot. I want to hear the best one. I don't want to hear the
much.
lame shit. I want to hear the best one. The corniest shit you got. I want to hear.
Yeah, has it ever worked?
Has it ever worked?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to date people that I can crack jokes with. When it start getting too serious, I'd be like, pew!
Yeah. I like to laugh.
So hold on. You don't want nobody that gas you. You don't want nobody. You just want somebody to make you laugh.
No, I
'Cause
do
it's
want
supposed to
somebody,
get
but we
serious,
have
right?
to
No?
be.
want nobody.
Yes, there's serious issues and serious times that come
But with the
about.
way you
Yes,
approach me.
but when the whole relationship is too serious and we can't joke, so a lot of times the guys that will give you the corny jokes and you can crack a joke back or whatever. When you have that type of, not really. Well, yeah, I guess like connection where y'all can do that. Most of the time in relationships, you kind of keep that going throughout the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So when it starts getting to a point where if you be like, hey, big head, and I'm like, stop calling me fucking big head, I hate it. But I knew that that's something that you always used to do and I thought it was cute. You know, once it started getting too serious, it's time to
Stop
cut.
that. Yeah.
Because now we don't have that saying we can't, you know, joke and whatever. So I like all the corny stuff.
Yeah. In the
I
beginning,
love the corny stuff.
in the beginning, but you gotta grow.
Well, yeah.
We gotta
I mean,
grow.
it is there's levels to everything, though.
Mm-hmm.
Levels to everything.
That's how I feel.
Levels to everything.
All right, go on with the next one. People, anybody listening out there up on Pillow Talk, whether they're on YouTube or Facebook, you can call in. The numbers up on the screen. More time into it, just shoot up the number up the screen, 321. You just call the number up on the screen and you can get you to talk to anybody, answer any of the questions that you've heard. You have an opinion on something that's been said, you can call in now. Interact with the group. We're there.
So do you feel that, like, let's say you're in a relationship with someone, male and woman or whatever, you know, I know people have their other ways, but we gotta deal with what we know. Mm-hmm. Male and female, you're in a relationship or whatever, and your significant other has a best friend of the opposite sex. Like bestie, like they talk all the time, you know, probably talk about y'all business, you know, but that's their person that they confide in, and that's their best friend. Like, how does that work? Do you believe that men and women can just literally be best friends, no type of other connection?
I do, because I have a best friend. I do. And he's in a relationship, very committed, and he talks to me, and I talk to him about the stuff, and I give him actual advice because I genuinely love him and want to see him happy.
Have you guys ever dated?
We went on one date.
See, but that's his thing, though.
One date.
So how? Yes, but how do you and his girlfriend get along?
We get along okay.
What's okay?
You know something there, right?
Do all y'all hang out and? You know?
I hang out with him and her. I don't hang out with her. And the reason being is because we haven't reached that level yet, because I kind of haven't really made myself available in that way, because I want to see how he takes the relationship. I've seen him date other women and he's that kind of guy. Like, he's very
So now,
serious.
would you have a problem with your significant other having a best friend on the same level that you guys are?
No.
But you have to be, though.
I had my ex, he had a girl best friend. I didn't have a problem with it, but when I realized she was trying to antagonize me, it became a problem. I'm not jealous.
So you can have, you could be a male's best friend, but you don't believe that a male could have.
Yes, I do.
Like one of your significant others could have.
That's not what I said.
I'm just asking.
My ex had a girl best friend and a guy best friend. I had no problem with neither one of them until she started trying to intimidate me. And I don't
Right. So knowing what happened in the past, would you try that again?
No, I mean that doesn't mean the next person who does have a girl best friend is gonna be the same. That has nothing to do with it. That's the last.
So what do you think, Ting?
Me not have a problem with if I your friend, meet them as your friend, introduce me as your friend, whatever. If anything even they go on, me not gonna know.
No.
Right, so you introduce me as a friend. As far as me know, as a friend. If you
It's
talk to the friend there, and everybody's being respectful in some way.
Yeah.
Right? If they say, yo,
But how do you know if the other person's being respectful if they're not your best friend?
They clearly
you're
are.
not gonna know that.
If they have not been introduced as anything other than a friend, that's all they are, in my opinion. So you stay over there.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. With men, it's a little tricky because a man could be sleeping with a woman every other night and still will say, this is my friend.
And in my opinion, it don't matter if he's sleeping with her every other night. As long as he's sleeping with me every night, I don't care what you're doing every other night. I'm not a jealous person. Like, I know my value.
With me, it's not about jealousy. I'm
hold
a full-time job. Minute of the part.
Sex is sex. Relationship is relationship.
So you're saying that the man now say, you're his main woman, right?
Main woman.
The main woman.
I'm his woman.
He's his
period.
woman. He's woman, right? Mm-hmm. He has a girl on the side where I deal with.
Ain't no sides.
He has somebody else besides you that he's dealing with.
Yeah.
Okay. You're saying that you're not interested to find out if that's the case or not.
I don't care.
You don't care. Okay.
No, I don't.
We just want to make sure.
I don't care.
Talk it up.
Everybody has like their own vice. You know
I'm like the movie with that little killer nurse. I care. No, I'm kidding.
I flirt at work. You get me? I flirt at work. Like, I have no problem with, like, if I see somebody
Yeah, but
cute,
I feel like everybody knows their own boundaries. Like,
Right.
I have a lot of friends that are guys because I grew up as a tomboy. I'm still girly, but I'm a tomboy. So at the end of the day, like, I could be a little flirty or whatever, but I know how to balance it and cut that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I say we friends, we friends. That's it. But if I'm being honest, I dated a guy and we had a pretty cool relationship, but he had a best friend and she was his friend for years before me. And he'd be like, this is my best friend, this is my best friend, this is my best friend. And then, you know, about maybe 3 years in, I find out that they're best friends, supposedly, but they had a past. You know what I'm saying? And she was deeply in love with him and wasn't over him yet. But in his mind, he was over her, and that's his best friend. But I feel like if you've had a past, you can't really compartmentalize. Because you can say best friend, but in the other person's mind, they still want more. So one day when she came over to the house, because at that time, I was there all the time, or he was at my place all the time. So one day she came over, and his mom was there. And she literally was like on the ground, on her knees, proclaiming to me that she was in love with my boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know how I really feel about the female best friend thing. Like, my guy now, he has a female best friend. I don't really know how I feel about the female best friend thing. I have friends that are guys, but I know where I keep them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for me, it's a little hard. Like, I deal with it and I'm fine. I don't really ask any questions or care. But I feel like part of me in my subconscious is like, best friend. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not possessive at all. Like, really, I'm Sagittarius. I'm very spontaneous.
He's
and
a Sagittarius.
I'm very spontaneous and optimistic. I love random, like situations and stuff like that. I love to get to know you. I'm the type of person where when we get to a club, don't stand next to me. You walk around and get to know the people in there.
But and I like that too.
People in there. And at the end of the night, we meet each other and then we talk about what we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I am. And in the middle of the dance or whatever, we catch up with each other and enjoy the vibe, drink a little bit. I'm a people's person. I love to get to know people. And if I'm with a man who's breathing down my neck, like, bro, you gotta go
I don't. I like my personal.
Yeah, like I'm free. So why do I expect to hold you down? You talk to whoever you want. At the end of the night, we laugh and talk about them. You know what you felt. And even if you like him, at the end of the day, he's going home with me. So I really don't like. I don't care.
It's not that heavy, but I just wanted to know other people's thoughts, because I brought it up once before and everybody's like, oh, hell no, that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Where it is in the back of my head, but at the same time,
we're artists. We love entertainment, so it can't
so
really
we're
go
always
for us.
out and networking and talking and
really
being, So, well, what do you think about that thing?
Yeah.
I thought we just answered that already.
Oh yes. Do you have female best friend? Am I your best friend?
Am
I one of your best friends?
I would introduce you as Tolan as my friend. Yeah, somebody said friend. But
I'm one of your best friends, though, right?
Best friend. Yet.
But I'm one of your best friends, though, right?
Good friend. Me and the conversation.
But I'm one of your best friends, though, right?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna say yes.
To get you,
I'm a best friend. So anybody who know me know there's a certain type of people who have a power with all the time.
Yeah.
But definitely, you see Tia, you see Tiff, you see Shelly. You understand? There are bona fide people that want power with enough time who got
power. Lotus.
I just wanted you to say that. Did you hear that, Gold Star? I'm one of his best friends.
Yeah, man,
all right, cool.
I go and say, Tia, you're forward, Ray. You know I go.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. So it just party. So,
y'all is making my eye water right now.
You need some air, fan, something.
Well, maybe I need less.
Well, with the next question.
Okay. So, is your relationship with your siblings better or worse than your relationship with your friends?
Is that?
No.
Okay.
But you can answer though.
My relationship with my siblings is worse than my relationship with my friends. It used to be better, but some things happened that caused us to fall apart. Until I was 18. So yeah, my adult life, as soon as I started my adult life, kind of fell apart. My brother told me to find my own friends. I cussed out my older sister friends. Yeah.
Okay.
I cussed out my older sister friends. I was the gangster.
So you was the one following behind them, and they're like, listen.
Nah, I ain't never followed behind them. I was the rebel.
No, I mean like with their friends and stuff like that. You was like part of the group. No,
I was the rebel. Like really.
Repeat the question.
Is your relationship with your siblings better or worse than with your friends?
Well, it depends on friendship, or you consider friend and family. I know for my brethren, them are my family. We have been years, so we become family. You see me? So, but me get where I say.
Blood family.
Me get where I say. But they become family. They are family now. Them know mother, father, sister, pity them. They're there at graduation and they're everywhere with us. So we are now from blood.
But are they closer than your normal family?
They can never be that close because there is, years.
So does blood make your family closer than your friends?
Me and my brother family, my family, them, we not a problem.
Yeah.
So we will discuss anything. Just like my brethren, them, and there's some things that my brethren them know that my family them probably don't know.
Yeah.
And there's some things my family know what my brethren them don't know. But it don't mean that anyone is better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just that we're separate in that situation or something. There's, family things I might not tell my brethren them, but just because they don't want nobody knows. So I'm not telling nobody. Don't mean so I not want to tell them. But, but you should. Initially, your family should be the closest unity you have. It should be.
In some cases.
Should be.
In some instances, yeah.
Believe that?
I think that you're supposed to call. I remember with that about the train of things.
Mm-hmm. The trainer.
They grew up with you. They're gonna hate.
Your brother supposed to hate you?
No, not like that. What I mean is when I say hate, I mean like they're gonna judge you, like. Because they know you since you was little, so whenever you do anything...
But I mean, me and all my siblings and my cousins and everything, we all grew up like siblings. Even if you wasn't like me and my first cousins and my sisters, my brother, like we all grew up literally together.
Like siblings.
Yeah, so we were very, 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 very close. But now everybody's old and they kind of have their own ways, so we kind of distance off a little bit. Right. So I do find that I spend most of my time with... a friend or call somebody and hang out or whatever, and most of the time it's not my family. But but we do have our common get-togethers and stuff like that or whatever. But I think that's
yourself and stuff.
So
I'm split on that question.
So let's say, for instance, let's put an idea out there.
Okay.
You're ladies, yeah. So you have a one night stand and get pregnant. Do you tell your sister? Or your best friend?
My sister.
No, I'll probably tell my friend.
I tell my sister off rip.
No,
I told my sister every time.
My sisters tell me everything after the fact, so I don't feel like
family means
that's family. Yeah, like that's different. What I was saying.
But I don't think it necessarily means that family means more or less.
You trust them.
Not really, but what if? Yeah, but what if at the same time, like my family, like I said, like they're close knit in a sense, whereas like if. Let's say you my sister and I tell you and I be like, yo, don't tell nobody. You're like, I ain't gonna tell nobody. And then you be like, yo, Ting.
Nah.
I'll tell you something, but she said don't tell nobody. And next thing you know, the whole family knows. Nah. So maybe it's a situation where you want to figure out your thoughts and get them together first. So you go to your friend first.
That's messy.
And then,
I'm not even doing, like, I would know that family member by then because we're old enough at this time to know how family is. So by the time I know you're a palapata, that's what we call it in St. Lucia. Palapata, when you talk too much. I ain't telling you nothing.
Chatty.
Yeah, you talk too much. I ain't telling you nothing. Like,
well, if you know, say a family member, I got chat, then
you already know your family.
It don't make no sense.
So why tell you?
Well, like, you could have brethren like that.
And that's why I said that I would probably tell my friend first, and then once I was secure and whatever, or once I knew for sure, then I would tell them.
But it don't necessarily mean that you trust your friend more. It just means that's where you'd rather give that information because certain people you could tell things to, like vent, and then certain people you can't.
Yes.
Like if you want to talk about your parents or whatever.
So hold on. In my opinion, that stems from trust.
Okay.
Trust leads to who you think is more important to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if me can't trust you, so Lotus, me and Lotus are brother and sister, and Tia didn't know, and Tia just forward in like 3 years now, and me can tell Tia, say, yo, that girl I'm like or something like that, but me can't tell my sister a girl I'm like. What does that say about, unless me they don't conversate like that?
I was about to say, don't
if
say
we
nothing.
don't conversate like that, then I understand.
Yeah.
So me in the chat all the while now. But my most can't tell my sister same as me tell you.
I feel like
just
that's
if me in the
judgment.
chat a little bit for
It's
more.
not our place to judge. You understand?
Who that?
Anybody, like, okay, if I feel like I can't tell you, I just can't tell you. It's not my place to judge you. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Why couldn't you tell me?
because maybe
You'd have
in
to have
the
a
past you done told that you a pata. You done told everybody everything.
And that's what my sister say, you can't trust me then.
But it
Not
could
that
just
I
be a
can't
level.
trust
It
you.
could
That
just
is
be a
why you
level
say if
of.
we chat too much, you can't trust me.
The thing, it
not
could
that
just
I
be a
can't
level
trust
of comfort too, though. Like my friend
Right.
Gabby in New York, we don't talk all the time, but when we do talk, I would rather
Tell
spill
him
my
stuff.
beans to her. No, she. I'd rather spill my beans to her because I know that when I say it to her, it's going nowhere
That's where the
until
trust
I
is.
decide to
But
tell
it's
somebody
still
else.
forward from the trust.
It ain't got nothing to do with trust, man.
It's still,
I mean, it does have a little bit to do with trust, but at the same time, it doesn't mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't. I don't feel like it necessarily means that you don't trust your family, that you favor your friend more than your family
I don't
either.
feel like that.
So you got a friend where you can't trust?
I don't know. You're using that trust word too heavily.
But
You understand?
Yeah, you are dropping it
Hold on,
off.
hold on,
now.
hold on.
No, listen to me, because I think
Okay,
very
go
differently.
Me I go listen.
Really,
Then I go
like-
answer.
When I vent, I don't ever vent anything I don't feel comfortable telling anybody. If I tell you something, I don't care if you tell him. You understand me? I don't ever spread something that I don't care if the next person find out. Like, really, I don't have trust in anybody. Man, I don't trust no man. No woman, no none of that. So if I spread something, I don't care if you told the next person. It's just that I wanted to talk to you. I felt comfortable. Not that I trusted you. I felt comfortable to talk to you as opposed to the next person. I don't care if the next person hears it. You understand what I'm saying?
I think
don't care.
sometimes when it comes to matters of information, you want to just spill it, but have it fall on like a resounding board, like where there's not going to be any
Reassurance.
judgment or judgment or reassurance.
Yeah.
Just a listening ear sometimes. So you know who you can go to be that listening ear.
Right.
A lot of times your family, even if they feel like it's out of love, will be more judgmental. Oh, me
Yes.
can't believe say you get pregnant and you're not married yet, and you're not
Right.
have this, and you're not have that, and you never
Right.
did this, and you didn't go finish your degree. and you
Judging
didn't,
you.
you know what I'm saying?
As opposed to somebody
Versus
else.
somebody saying, okay,
Just
well, you know, it
listening.
happened, so, you know, what do you feel like you want to do or whatever. So you know that you could have that person in your family, but you could also not have that person in your family.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my family to death,
Yeah,
but
but
my
the board-
family
the
would
board
more
all
so
the
be
time.
like the...
And it don't matter if it's in your
Yeah,
family.
it's like,
or
yeah,
out of
I'm
your
always on the
All the
boat.
time.
I'm always in the middle.
If you have that, then
I love that.
But that's
answer.
because there's always 50 million. Thank you so much. There's always 50 million different
our
responses.
question
to
was
So
the
this.
same
many.
thing.
Let me ask you this, Lotus. So the chain of in your life of who would you go to first?
My sister.
Okay, and then after that would be.
It would be my mom.
All right. So if you had a all right. So you keep it.
I would
in
look for the
family first.
venting and then the judgment.
But I think it would depend on it would depend on the situation too, because I don't. There's nobody that knows everything about me.
right.
We're asking she. She give us her answer. What is your answer? Who you go first?
It just depends on the situation.
Don't worry about the
It
situation.
does though, because like I said,
You
there's
get a
nobody
new job.
that
You got a
knows.
new job. Here's the situation.
If I got a new job, yes, I'll tell my sisters.
Okay. There's,
It depends on the situation though. If it was something deeper than that, I
Trust
might
me,
not.
Shelly, he's not pushing anything.
That's
I'm
Tia.
sticking to my gut.
oh, Shelly that talk. Okay.
Shelly said, why
yeah.
you pushing off your opinion on us? I'm sticking to my gut. He not pushing nothing.
I'm hey.
Who you telling first?
He
thing?
just asking.
It don't really matter to me. I mean, well, you know, it does. If me go tell anything to my brethren them, me can't tell my family too. I'm gonna feel like say them all judge me. We will sit down and reason. Everybody will give for them opinion. Once me go say it out of my mouth, you know, say it's something where me don't think of already.
Yeah.
Plan it, think of the whole idea. All right, me go tell you this. So, yeah, as she say, it don't really matter who you tell, because when me tell you, it don't really matter.
I
But
don't really care.
if it's a level where probably my God, jail or something like that.
I
Now
ain't
it
even
reached
saying
to who me trust.
Well,
Keep
if
this
it's something like that, then yeah.
Nobody.
No, but if it's something like that, then yeah, it would probably be family first
Nah.
or whatever. Then I don't, you know
Nah.
what I mean? Because but even if your family don't help you, most people would feel like the family would help them first.
I wouldn't put my family in position like that. Anything that got to do with jail or controversy, I wouldn't even involve them. When it comes down to like opinions and situations as far as like decisions, sure. But when you already made that choice and you did something, nah, bro. You don't even, nah, you don't even know
bro.
about
Nah, bro. Go ahead, next one.
Nah, brother. Other than reproductive sexual organs, what do you feel is the true differences between a man and a woman?
Mindset.
You think a man's mindset is different from a woman?
Definitely. A man thinks about providing, whether he likes to say it or not. Either he thinks he's less than, or he thinks he's more than, or he thinks he's in the middle. And a woman thinks about nurturing all the way through. Thinks about if she's good enough, can she do for you, all those things. And then when you even if you find a woman who's selling it, you know what I'm saying, selling that, it's still the nurturing part about it. If it's good enough for you, such and such. Women and men don't have the same mindset, ever. While you thinking about cheating, I'm thinking about being committed. While I'm thinking about cheating, you think about being committed. It's just never, the mindset is never lined up, you know? Money, all that.
So what do you think is the main differences, Ting?
Me and you kind of chat about it earlier. I feel like it's, as she said, the thinking of the main difference of thinking. A man will think one different way, a woman will think another way. And I mean, as you said, besides the physical, you know, men gonna think they're stronger than a woman, even though some women may be stronger than the next man, but men are gonna think that they're stronger. They can do more physical ideas, or you know, them kind of ways. So it's more of a man physical.
Thank you, Majestic.
Sexual.
Honestly, though, like for real.
I turn the volume off. It's still
Even with like work and stuff like that, like it's balance. You know what I'm saying? Like when a man and a woman is in a home together, they don't think about the same things. One person is thinking about this, one person is thinking about that. Then they come together to compromise on what they think is going to work.
Hopefully.
Not hopefully.
Hopefully.
That usually happens unless it's the same sex. No, really. And if it's not the same sex, then it's like you thinking like the same sex.
So hold on. Okay, so within the same yard, no, is somebody who are clean, very clean.
Yeah.
Right?
OCD.
And him in that, he must say, boy, if you want clean, you're clean. But that's not the same thinking. That we're not fighting the idea. So if you want clean, you're clean. So I'm saying there is going to be a situation where I don't believe what you're saying is for me.
But you should know that from rip. Like by the time you look at the person.
No. I don't know problem.
No, not really, because we still learning.
I'm not saying that we're having an issue with that. I'm just saying that it is going to be a situation that we're never going to always think the same way. The only way we should think something similar is if we want a relationship to continue, right? So we should think similar in some sort. How we want.
Even if you think similar, that could just mean friendship, really. You have to know the energy, the spirit that's involved in it, what you're both thinking, what's your end goal. I don't think of a lust, man. That's just...
Yeah, that's true. For me,
there's lust and there's love.
But you're saying that we should always
correction and
connect.
lust.
You said we should always agree on something. Or come to the
I didn't say we should always
go to the middle ground on something.
Compromise.
But if we can't compromise, I just don't believe that.
Yeah, then it's lust. You
How
should know that.
Lust?
Because if you don't love me enough to compromise, then you're lusting after me. You want something from me.
But that can't be true. That can't be true. If you like Pepsi, I like Mountain Dew.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
And you're gonna say
I know what love look like.
You
bro.
can't have well.
You know what love look like.
Coke in the house. That means say you're forcing your thoughts on me. That's not
out.
in between.
Check this out real quick.
Or
right?
one person's always compromising because you're gonna be like,
my Mountain Dew in peace. What a problem?
Check this out real quick.
Go ahead, Maria.
If you talking about Coke, right? Real quick, just for an analogy. Just an analogy. If you like Coke and I don't, I like Mountain Dew, you like Coke. If you know I don't like Coke, why would you sit there snorting that stuff in front of me? Because you know it's potent. It's getting around all the room. You don't love me.
Oh no, he talking about the juice, the
I'm
drink,
saying
the soda.
drink.
Oh.
Coke and Mountain Dew is.
Stop it right now for
Calm down.
my fault now.
I think for me, intellect is very high on the scale. Like, I don't really like when I look back. I've dated some very handsome guys, and I've dated a lot of ugly guys too. And I think that is because intellect is very high on the scale for me. Like,
because y'all drink Mountain Dew.
but no, intellect is very high on the scale for me. So I think that when you guys connect on an intellectual level, then it's a deeper connection than just a physical. So you would compromise more because that's a connection that you may not necessarily want to lose. And also because your thought process is more elevated. So if you say you like something simple, like you like Coke, I like Mountain Dew, then either we compromise and 1 week we get Coke, 1 week we get Mountain Dew, or we get both. And you do you and I do me or whatever. As long as it's something that's not toxic to the situation, then you know what I'm saying? Because you can't say, oh, I don't want you to drink soda, but you're drinking it too. So if you're going to drink soda, I'm going to drink soda. We might as well drink the sodas that we like.
Right. My point on that was just to say that we can both don't like the same things, but it still work.
Right.
So me must like what you like.
Right.
And you must like what me like.
Right.
And me must agree with what you like. Doesn't mean we have a problem with that.
No.
Right? So if you like to wear your bonnet on your head and I not like it, I just mad every night. What the problem? But when I look for say where I'm gonna find somebody else. I deal with it in my own way.
Internally.
Just whatever. But you know what I say? It's not an issue where we're gonna separate over that. So me not agree and you not.
So now, what do you feel personally are the roles of a man?
Role of a man? I feel like them sometimes. Everybody have the same role nowadays. So nobody not a role again.
Nobody have no role again?
There's no role again. Just one time man did have to be the head of the household, to do things like, but woman fight for everything now. Until them become that person in the house now. Maybe it's the way it was supposed to be in life, but give me the question again.
What do you feel is the role of a man?
In the world or in a relationship? Just in the world.
In the relationship.
Okay. So in a relationship, the role of a man is to make sure him woman happy. There it is. That's basically the role, right? Him have a role to make sure she happy, she smile all the time.
What about his happiness?
That's one way to simplify it.
What about his happiness?
What do you feel are the roles of a man, Lotus?
I feel like a man should take a provision. Come in. Why did I just say that? I feel like bloodshot. I feel like a man should take that he should take control of provision. Like a man should always contribute to the household, and he should always care about a man's goal should be building family. It should be building nation upon nation. Like, a black man, like.
Hold on. You're going past yourself. If he's also you can't worry about nobody else. You have to worry about the household first.
No, the household is everything else. Like, I'm business oriented.
So his role to you should just be business oriented. Don't worry about
provision.
Don't worry about your joy. Just worry about business.
That's a part of the partnership, because from the time you met me, you know if I'm a businesswoman or not.
No. I'm saying you're asking what is a man's role. So he won't know that by meeting you. You're asking what is he gonna bring to you.
A man's role is to bring to the table what the woman he chooses prefer. So wherever you come in for the compromise, and a woman's role is to fit in the same way. So, in my opinion, some men, they need the financial support, and some women need the financial support. If you two agree on that you can step in on that aspect, then it works. To each its own. I really believe in that. Like,
Okay. What you saying?
But I do believe that every situation is different.
Mm-hmm.
But I also do believe that it is the natural instinct of any good and decent man to want to provide and protect and appreciate and to show affection. But in the same breath, I feel like that has to be reciprocated also. So for me, I think that the role of a man and of a woman in a relationship should be kingdom building. And that doesn't mean kingdom building like building 15 businesses or whatever. Kingdom building because the home is in the heart. And if you're in a relationship and the heart isn't happy, then the home is corrupt. So the kingdom is between the two of you guys and whatever else spouts from that. So I feel like, that should be the ultimate role, to give out exactly what it is that you want to receive and to make sure that whatever you're giving out, you are receiving. Because if you're not, then neither one is really living up to any role. So if my role is to provide for you, then you should also be providing something as well. If I'm providing finances, then you should provide,
So hold on.
Hold on.
Let me
Okay.
just ask a question. Because that seems like...
I think that we look to, okay.
I feel like the question now meant for you already in a relationship now. And you're answering from a point of view that we're together, we are going through this, and we plan to do this together. So now we're building each other together because you want to go like this.
But the question was...
Hold on.
Okay.
So what was the question before we start the relationship or during the relationship?
During a relationship, what's the role of a man in a relationship?
Okay. All right. Okay.
I got a question. So, what if it's a queendom? Cause see, in every relationship, no, for real, you got some guys who's raised by women. No, really, and they really want to try. You have some men who really want to try. You understand me? But they don't know the means. They've never been taught. Like I know some men who don't even know how to. I had a guy who asked me the other day about changing his battery in his car, and I knew more about that than him. You understand what I'm saying? Like he was like, oh, I bought a new battery. And I was like, did you get it charged up? And he was like, no. What do you mean charged up? I said, you take it to AutoZone, have them charge it for at least 12 hours and see if you could use it. He did not know that. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing though. I don't think
he shouldn't
that,
have to charge the battery for just buy it.
But I don't think that makes him any less of a king.
It doesn't.
I feel like it's still a kingdom because of the fact that no matter what, a man is a man, and he's supposed to be a man. But a lot of times, like you said, they were raised by their mom, so they don't necessarily know certain things.
Queendom.
But I've learned that, but it's not a queendom because I've still learned that no matter what, the biggest booster for a man is encouragement. Yeah. So if you still saying kingdom and you're still, encouraging him or whatever, those things that he don't know, you'll start to see that.
But you don't tell him that. You started off as a kingdom and you hand it off to him. It's kind of like, okay, like you're teaching somebody something. If you see potential, because see, that's something else that I see. Some people talk about potential and they're like, oh, if he has potential, I don't want nobody who has potential. I want somebody who's potentied. I see that joke all the time, right? No. If you have a man who has potential, right, and he's been raised by a woman, but he knows what he's supposed to do, he just doesn't know how to start, you teach him. It starts as a queendom and you turned it into a kingdom because you submit to your man. Don't get me wrong.
I still wouldn't label it a queendom though, because listen, my grandparents, my grandfather, he was a great man in my eyes and in the eyes of everybody in my family. Yeah. But my grandmother always ran things. Yeah. But at the end of the day, she would always say my grandfather ran everything, no matter what. But so at the same time, it's like he did everything he was supposed to do. He went to work, he provided, she got all his money, whatever, stuff like that. She made sure that everything was done. She made sure he had his meals. We couldn't eat till he ate. You know what I'm saying? She still put him on that pedestal. And over time, a lot of things that he didn't do or didn't want to do, you'll see him start doing. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So what about this one? If you were a man that is like, he's been beat down by his mom because he was raised by a single mom the whole time, and she had the idea that he was supposed to be her caretaker when she get old, not get married ever, not have a life ever, just take care of her, right? And you understand that. What do you call that when you're teaching a man how to take over a kingdom? When you tell him, hold on, let me finish. When you ask him, let's buy a house, and he says, oh, like right now is not the time for that, but you're in the military, bro. You get a GI Bill. Right now is the time to buy a house.
Yeah, but there's a lot of misconceptions about the military.
Talk to me.
Because I know personally a lot of people that was in the military. They get promised the bill to get the federal aid to go to school. They get told they get the GI Bill. A lot of them get honorary discharges and still can't get that. So it's not as easy as a lot of people make it seem.
You talking about discharges though.
But even when you're in, sometimes it's a little harder because, like, let's say you want to buy a house in Illinois, and they say, "All right, well, we'll let you get out in a year, or we'll let you."
Hold on. Before we go into the military
there, and
idea,
they switch you.
was the idea that the guy was just not ready to be with the woman and buy the house? Was that where you're coming?
And I was gonna say, yeah,
that's what I'm
touch on
saying.
that too.
That's what I was trying to get to her about. Because once you're not ready as a man, it's a queendom. Because I'm building on my own, and you're not along with me. So, bro, you got to go over there. And when my king is ready to take over this queendom, it's now a kingdom. It's elevation. You understand what I'm saying? Because a king comes before a queen. So until I can find my king to raise that kingdom.
But see, everything is about balance, though, because one can say a king comes before a queen, but at the end of the day, a king has his whole, everybody that he has to go to if he wants to go to war or whatever. He got to go sit and talk to the lords and the
bishops,
knights,
and advisors, all that.
But at the same time, he always goes to the queen and says, "What do you think?" and whatever. And if she says no, chances are he's gonna override.
So why do you believe there's not a queendom then?
I'm not saying it's not a queendom, but I'm saying there has to be a balance. But you can't take anything away from the man, even if you feel like you're, you know what I'm saying? Even if you feel like you're more powerful than he is. Like,
I agree.
Go ahead.
Good.
If you own a vehicle and the car is in your name, would you still treat that vehicle as if it's your car? If the man is making the car payments? No, I wouldn't. It's our car. That's just the way I think. I'm very submissive. Like, I'm a very dominant woman when it comes down to what I want, but I know how to submit to my man. That's just how I am. Like,
so the only reason that you have any say into the car is because it's in your name?
Not even. Even if I was with you and it wasn't in my name.
No. May I say, the question that was posed was, the car is in your name, but the guy is making the payments on the car. Well, I know. May I say, was that the question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that circumstance, now, the car is only in your name because what is the reason why the car is in your name?
To make sure that
she probably had
security.
it before him. But I still don't agree with that, because 9 times out of 10, if I'm dating somebody, he got a car too, so that's still my car.
Yeah.
And your car is still your car. If you blow all your tires and I pay for all your tires, that's not now my car. That's still your car.
Yes.
So it's still mine, and that's still yours. Now, in the event that something happens to either car and we have to share a car, that might be a little bit different for the time being. Mm-hmm. But I still don't deem, just because you're paying for something, if we live somewhere and the lease is in my name, that's not your house because you're paying for it. But that in that situation, then yes, I would say our, because we both reside there. We both have equal parts or whatever. That's a little different. But if you're paying a note on my car and I'm driving it, it's still my car. If you driving your car, that's still your car. If I fix something on your car, it's still your car. Mm-hmm. So it really depends on the situation and the circumstance.
I'm not gonna say that.
Do you believe in sharing bank accounts?
I'm not gonna say that.
I do believe that you should have a share, but I believe you should have
separate as well. Boom.
Let me answer the question a while ago. May I listen what I say, and you're making significant leaps into the question. If you have a car, and the only reason you have that car is because your name is, let's say your credit is better than mine, right?
Right.
And the car is just in your name, right? And may I pay the payments on the car. So let's say you decide.
But it depends who's driving it.
Let him go.
Let me answer the question. The car is in your name because of situations, not because of love. It's in situation. I buy a car. May I make the payments on the car? My car, but it's in your name.
But it depends. If that's the car that you're driving.
Well, I know. If me gear the car now, and that's a Mr. Babes, me I go buy your car.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and put in your name. I your car now because I don't commit.
Well, that's the impression that I was under, that you are the driver of the car also. Okay. So
we break up now and we're done.
Ting,
I your car, go on with it.
Ting, are you speaking for most Jamaican men? Because you know a lot of these Jamaican men up here drive car now on my name.
I believe in partnership. So let's say it's your car, like you said. Even if I was helping you pay on it, at the end of the day, my man and I.
never said that though. The question never said help pay. Him say my pay for the car.
Yes,
And
I'm
him put the
helping,
car near
in my
your name.
opinion.
And him-
I don't know. I feel like if
No,
you're
never
in a
said that.
relationship, no matter what,
Let's
it's
not
still a
put
kingdom.
words
I put it in my name and he's paying on it?
Yes, that's what the question was. He didn't say
It's
you
his
helping.
car.
He didn't say that may I say.
Yes,
No,
but
it's
that's
his
a
car.
different scenario.
my
That's
car.
not
His
the
credit was
impression
no
that it was
good,
under-
so I was just helping him.
I shall the car before the word over will or money. Her car is like
Yeah.
Yes, but it depends because, like you said,
Man,
it
I
depends on the
believe in building up
wordplay.
my
Because
king,
if the
man.
man is driving it, then
I
that's a
love
whole
to see
different
my king
scenario.
shine.
but in reality I'm registered.
Check this out, Tingling.
If you go by documents.
Tingling. When I was in a relationship, like committed relationship, and I remember at a point he retired and I was still working, before we went out to dinner, I used to give him the cash because before we got inside, he had to pay for that. And at the end of the day, it was his money. Like, I don't want nobody. That's our relationship. When we pay the
I
rent,
agree with
that's
that, too.
our house. Like, bruh, I feel like my man should feel like a man. When he giving our money, they need to feel like that's his pocket.
Right, but
'Cause
look.
it's our pocket.
Right, but that goes
Nah,
back.
bro,
That goes back to kingdom, though. You're still making a man feel like
That's what I'm
king.
saying. It gotta
But it's
turn
not
into one.
queendom. It's still kingdom. No,
But it
if you
starts
feel like it's
off.
if you feel like it.
All on us, you know, when I look down the line, I won't say.
Nah.
Okay, well,
And you have
give us
you
a
have to look
foresight.
down the line what's been going on.
Right.
Right? So, boyfriend, girlfriend,
I don't
understand
believe in that.
what you blood clot up on the paperwork.
I don't believe in boyfriend and
Husband,
girlfriend.
married, you have to
Boom.
look on what they dip on the paper.
Boom.
Because when it's sitting done,
Boyfriend and
Yeah.
girlfriend is
what
toy
they dip on the
friends.
paper, them will go after, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
you have to
toy
understand what I do.
friends.
So if when time we got some boom now and it done, because enough things done, you know. Our best relationship done. So just understand,
Toy
say, boy,
friend.
right, if you put in your name, it's gonna be your car at the end of the day. Although me can say me make the payments, when it done at your car. So me have to understand
Yeah.
that. Right? So if me trust my woman and put in her name, you don't have to say, oh, I
No, just the car.
But I respect you enough to trust you that way then.
Yeah.
But you don't know, say, when we're done, there's not me can say after that.
Yeah.
Me can't cry. I gone.
I agree.
Right? You gonna give me up the car?
Yes. I'm not that kind of woman.
Will you
Like,
give back the car?
Yes, it depends.
There's an altar.
I don't care.
It depends.
Bro, I could
But
get
you know
my
what? I
own
walked
car,
away
bro.
from marriage, and we had rental properties and everything, and a business,
I
and
could
I
get
didn't
another
want
car,
nothing.
bro.
So it really depends. And it's still, I can still say that my marriage didn't end badly. I just decided that when I was ready to leave, I wanted a fresh start. I didn't want to have nothing to do with it. Now, a million years down the line, I'm like, damn, I probably should have at least wanted the rental properties. But you know what I'm saying? But things happen. But it depends on the scenario.
I must be too
If the
spoiled.
relationship ends and that's the car he was paying for, yes, and that's the only car you don't have a car, you probably would get a car back, but it's gonna take some time before you get a car back. You're not get a car back and put yourself in a situation because you're already in a situation where having to split or maybe find somewhere else to live in. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the situation.
I feel
You gotta-
like it's mindset. Honestly, like, bruh, I could come outside with nothing and come out with something, bruh. Like, I don't care what you got. Like, I don't care if you're my man, if you're not my
and that's
man.
how I am too.
That's my mindset.
I can start
don't
over
care.
with
What you
be
bring to the
straight.
relationship, it don't even mean nothing to me. All it is a gift. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, really? You appreciate me that much?
But I'm
You know what
different because it
saying?
means everything
I don't
to me.
care. I don't care. I could give you the same thing you give me, bro. We both bleed.
But I feel like listen, when somebody's pouring into you and you're pouring into them, then it means everything.
That's true,
Because
too.
the more that they do is the more that you're going to do. That's how it's
true,
supposed
too.
to be. When you see that it's not reciprocated, it's time for you to cut. Like, it's time to cut. Because you're not building anything.
That's different, though.
Yeah, but the man cut now and lose the car, lose the house, can put all of that in your name, lose all the blood.
Yes,
clot
but guess what? When
business.
you stay because of things, that's when a relationship is bitter and sour.
No,
That's
me just
material.
try to show you, say, as long as him understand what him a do, then it makes sense him do it. But if you not understand, say, oh, I'm going to just trust you and put all into you. Put the house in your name. Me and my baby, we're going to marry one day. Boom, we're going to do this now. We're going to do this now. And after this, she gone about her business. Now, you're not going to lose everything.
In my opinion, relationships that are committed should be planned out. Honestly, like, really? Because I've been married before. So in my opinion, before we ever make a decision as to who's doing what, that should be a plan, like any business plan. And the person who drops the ball, bruh. That's on you.
What do you think about the person?
Nothing. I don't think nothing about that. To be honest, I feel like he's testing me to see if I can afford to take care of
But
myself.
okay, so
and I got no problem with
so
that.
the question was on the first date, how would you feel if a man asks a woman to pay for something on the first date?
I don't care. I used
So
to care, but I don't.
you say
no
you
more.
don't care.
Nah, not no more.
But for me, I care though.
Not no more.
But for me, I care. And the reason why I care is because
Just show me your check.
if
first.
I'm asking you to go out, then I'm already having in mind that I'm going to make sure that I have enough to take care of the whole thing.
Nah.
If you decide, if I'm the one that's like, yo, let's do this or let's go here
Yeah.
or whatever, then yeah, I wouldn't mind covering it. But I would still hope that as a man, he'd be like,
would
you know what,
step
don't
up.
even worry about it. I got this.
You step up.
And then at the same time, I would hope that if a man asks me out or whatever, he don't wait till we get there and be like, oh, so can you cover this or whatever? Like, don't ever ask a woman.
Nah, don't
because
ask
you're
me.
never gonna see, you don't see the genuineness in
ask
people
me.
when you ask. You have to see, you measure the person based
see
on
where
how
they
they
at.
are. So if we're out and I'm like, you know what, I'll pay. You're like, you know what, don't worry, I got it. And then I'll still be like, all right, well, I'll leave the tip or something. That's when you can see the qualities in the person. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say I had the intention to pay every time, but I never say nothing, and you pay, and the whole time you like, well, damn, she can't even pay for this, or not, she couldn't even buy the popcorn at the movie or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you can still see that.
Say but.
You know
Well,
what kills me?
Just
Well,
say your opinion.
You can still see
No,
that.
but I jump across the board.
See, a person that is genuine and that cares is gonna offer even if you shoot it down.
There you go.
Boom. You know
And
what kills me?
that's what counts the most to me. It's not even if you do, it's that you offer to do.
That. I was about to say, you know what kills me is that
Majestic
most
for the
men
first date,
expect
even
women to do the
To add,
50-50.
or they want you to add,
They
yeah.
expect us to do the 50-50. And like,
Well,
bro,
it
do
work,
I
but we're
expect you
soon
to
done.
take care of my home? No, really. Do I expect you to deliver a baby? Do I expect you to cook every night when you get off of work? Do I expect you to do the laundry?
Yeah, they expect that. They
No,
expect
they
that.
expect us to automatically help them pay bills. And bruh, you can stay over there. I will help you. You don't hear what I'm saying? The moment I see a man expect me to help him pay for anything, even if it's my nails. Now, mind you, my dad taught me that personal hygiene is definitely dependent on me, right? But if my man don't show me any concern, like I'm spending extra money to do something to please your eyeballs, bro, I don't want you, bruh. Like, really.
Well, the other day, this is just a scenario that
Yeah, we
happened.
have a second left.
You're dead.
Okay.
We have a second. Let's let the
Go ahead.
just forward in right now, my general. Say one thing. Ask a question because we have the show have a lock off soon.
All right. You can hear me?
Yeah, man, we can hear.
All right, so pretty much the question is good, but the only reason I asked that question is because study has proven that most guys with money who pay bills, they 9 out of 10 time, they want to test. They want to test the intention of most female that they do take out on a date. So I'm not saying that the guy is going to request for her to pay for the meal, but I think that a guy who is willing to pay for everything is going to have a few tests that he throw out there, and most female might fail that test.
But see, here's the thing. I don't feel like you should have a test. I feel like you should let it be natural and gauge. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now, baby. If you test me, I will fail every time.
Boom.
I will play into
Fail.
it and fail every time. Because while you're testing me, I could be testing you too. And we could be testing for the same thing and don't even know it.
On
So
purpose.
you're asking me something, and I'm just like, in my mind, before you even ask me, I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Before
so
we,
you just
hold on,
gotta let
before
it be.
before we even go further into the conversation, it's time we're going to have a lock off. Them have time. Ross, speak up yourself, my general.
Yes.
You passed through.
Yes.
Lotus, thank you very much for being here. See ya. People from
Always,
11 o'clock.
always.
Lotus, tell them what's coming up with you.
I've got some new music coming out, Dose of Love. Look out for that, For My Love. And also, what's that other song? I don't even remember right now, to be honest with you. I've got 3 new songs coming out by the end of the summer, so look out for it. That's official Lotus. LOTTUS on Instagram. Your main Vitalis on Facebook, and Twitter, Miss Salary. I know it's a couple different names there, but follow up.
See ya. Big up yourself. Always passing through.
Always.
Just to let you know, so this is Friday night. We have a special guest. It's going to be Mr. Cheeks. Going to be here on Pillow Talk. We're doing a special Friday night. TSH, I'll forward back. Lotus, I don't know if you're doing Friday night. You can
Yeah, I'll
forward
come back.
Ross, if you're there Friday night, forward back, my general.
Yes, I.
Show some love.
Bloodshot, big up yourself, my brother. Passing through. Into the night, go.
Bloodshot.
People, it's Pillow Talk. Look out for the special edition this Friday night, Mr. Cheeks. When Chris I go past you.
Rock tone, yeah.
Chris Rocktone I go past you. Him have a party this this Saturday night, right? This Saturday.
I think it's Saturday, yeah.
Saturday night. So look out for that party, my general. So anyway.
Oh, let me shout this out too if
Right,
I get
right.
a chance. We're actually having a party at 1830 Baywood Avenue, June 19th. That is hosted by Warlord. And also every Thursday night from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. You have food and drinks and stuff like that liming out over there.
And I just want to say, everybody, if you have viewed us on YouTube, if you viewed, the show on YouTube or whatever, just go ahead and click the button, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Check us
Comment.
out, man.
Yeah, man.
Big up to
Tell
all
a
the
friend to
artists
tell a
them, you
friend,
know?
right?
You don't know. Yeah,
up
big
to
up
all the
everybody.
artists
Pillow
them.
Talk. It's Monday night and I don't know, so bless up on yourself out there, so.